Yes, all right. We're going live,
Record video.
Welcome, greetings.
Yeah.
Let me see up here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. So we're live. And today we're going to have a wonderful presentation about cancer prevention because, a lot of people coming up with cancer, man. And I want to show you a chart here. Boom. See it there? See what it says on the top there? You can see it, Chante?
Yeah.
Let me read that for me, please.
Colon therapy chart.
Well, I want you all to read what it says. You understand? Because that's where you have to keep healthy. You know what I mean? In order to not to even to prevent cancer, but to prevent all kind of diseases. Got it?
Yes.
Wonderful. That is the key. Right here. All right. Thank you, brother, for the chart. You know what I mean? All right. Now, and before we go to the presentation, we're going to talk about, let's go to
This girl.
our brother, Dr. Sebi. Because you know, Dr. Sebi always talk about acid diet. Almanacs we have at Ambrosia. See, it says, we give thanks and praise to the Most High, the merciful, the greatest healer and doctor of all things. The Most High is the ultimate healer. Alright? Prescription alternatives. Natural, organic alternatives to prescription drugs and medication. And we have our brother here who passed, Dr. Sebi. Went on to the ancestors. You know what I mean? Look at what he did. He cured AIDS, diabetes, cancer, strokes, STDs, arthritis, and even sickle cell, which they tell us can't fix. All right? And we have to pay homage to our brother, Dr. Sebi. Don't forget that. And these are the foods that Dr. Sebi asks us to eat, and a lot of food he asks us not to eat. All right? Might be hard, but we have to make do. All right? So it's an almanac for 2018, and it's all about our brothers and sisters in the hood. You know what I mean? In the black community. Then we have the second one. The second one is what? It says here, Shante, put them on the ground, man. It says, make Africa the #1 green organic continent. And we're going to call it the United States of Africa. That's what we need. We need to call it the United States of Africa, not the division of Africa. All right? And we're going to show all our leaders are there, you know what I mean? That's very significant because we are promoting our people. That's what we're promoting. All right? And then we go now to the last one. In the chart, alkaline diet. Alkaline. We're going to talk about cancer. Next one. The alkaline diet. Alkaline acidic foods and beverages. Holistic health is prevention. The first health, what? The first health, what we call is your insurance policy. Not them insurance people you all going and spend all your money by, you all get take all your money by them. Your health is your insurance. You understand? Alright? And don't forget that we said here that don't be a victim of cancer or other degenerative diseases because mostly all people who come down with cancer has an acid pH. Alright? So don't forget to come to Ambrosia and pick up your almanac for 2018. Alright? Don't forget that now. Wonderful. You are sister. Wonderful. Give thanks. Yeah? Now remember we are promoting our people. Because you know that we have, I'm going to tell the black people again, you see the whole of Brooklyn? You see them so-called Jews buying up them buildings, you know what they're buying it up? Gentrification. They're going to push you all out. And when they push you all out, you all know where to go. You understand? So be aware and start to support your brothers and sisters so we could do things for our people. You understand? I'm telling you all, man. And in the scriptures, it says in the last days, pretty previous time going to be hard to deal with. You're going to have rumors of wars, you're going to have no love, you're going to have a lot of hate, and you're going to have pestilences. And cancer is one of the pestilence that is affecting people from all over the world, but also people from the Caribbean countries. And in Grenada, where I'm from, we are only 133 square miles. But we had 1,469 cases of cancer in 2014 alone. And in the 1,469 cases, 869 people died from the disease, from cancer in Grenada, which is only 133 square miles. Right? Trinidad is full of cancers. St. Lucia, full of it. Antigua, St. Vincent, full of it. And now we have young children in the Caribbean who is coming down with childhood cancers now. Never happened before. You used to find childhood cancers affecting people in North America. Now it's affecting our children in the Caribbean because they are incorporating another man's diet. So we have 3-year-old, 6-year-old, 9-year-old, 12-year-old dying from leukemia and Hodgkin lymphoma in the Caribbean. You understand? And I know for a fact that some of the people who are looking at the presentation today know somebody who is dying from the disease or who died from it or who have it. I have a sister who have it now and she's living 8 years because she changed her diet. I had a sister who died from it. She was cancer free after 5 years. Cornelia Johnson. And she went back and do the same thing, eat the same food, and the cancer came back and killed her in 3 months. I have another sister who is my twin sister who have it in a thyroid gland. And the iodine radiation didn't work for her. So she's doing natural treatment. She's living over 5 years. My father died from prostate cancer. And I have a sister who lost a uterus to uterine cancer. So I know what it is. And then you could die from cancer even though you're taking chemotherapy. Or you can die from cancer taking radiation. Or you can even die from cancer doing natural treatment too. It's according to how aggressive the cancer is and what type of cancer you have and where the cancer is at. Alright? So we're going to talk about prevention tonight. Alright? And before we go, I always like to promote my people. I mean, you know how you say I just promote? I just promote black people, I just promote. That's why I promote it. They might promote. So we have to learn to get rid of the Willie Lynch syndrome now. And start to support our people so that we could do what the so-called Jew is doing in our neighborhood, buying up them buildings and running you all out and raising the rent. So you all can't pay. So you have what we call gentrification. They're coming back from the suburbs and coming back into your neighborhood now and they will run you out. So Caribbean people, be aware. I'm telling you all, don't sleep. Because they're going to catch you all sleeping. And when they catch you all sleeping, you're going to lose everything you all have. So start to love yourself and love your brothers and your sisters, man. From the heart. That's what it is. I love Africa. I love what we call the Hebrews. We are the original Hebrews. Don't forget that. Now, sister, what you have? Tell me. We're promoting you. Okay, don't forget that now. Black businesses.
Yes.
We want to own a plane. We want to own the banks too.
Yes.
We want to own banks and we want to own planes. Like everybody else. You know what I mean? Tell us what you have.
Rare Butterby Essentials. We make all natural handmade products. For
You make them
here.
yourself, right?
Yes, I make these products along with my husband. And we make body products. We make hair care products. And they're all natural. So we put our heart into it. We have our natural soaps. We have all our natural soaps here. So you don't have to worry about any lard or any pig fats inside these products. So you won't have no soap scum in your bathroom. These basically are vegan-based products. And also we have our hair care line. We have our deep conditioners, leave-in treatments, shampoos and conditioners, and hair oils. Also leave-in sprays to help keep your hair moisturized. And then we have our hair butters and curly puddings. These are very good for your hair.
Curly puddings.
Yes, very good for your hair. And this product, the gel base that we use in it is Irish moss to make it more curly for your hair. Bind it with other oils and butters. And then also we have our pomades. For those who like hair grease, this is not petroleum based. This is oil based. So we have like macadamia oil in it. We have some argan oil in it, and we have beeswax. Basically, so beeswax is a humectant so it could draw the moisture to your hair. Your hair won't feel dry. Then we have our sugar scrub. So this is to exfoliate the dead skin on your skin. You can also use it on your face, your whole body.
Right.
You know, so your skin can feel nice and good. And it has essential oils in it. It have lavender, and this one has coconut.
Coconut, okay.
And then we have our body butters. And our body butters are all made with all natural, different butters. Shea butter, mango butter, hemp seed oil, and hemp seed butter. So these are very good for your skin.
Okay, now, we need to promote your business, I don't forget, right? You said that. In order for people to contact you, how do they go about doing that?
When you go on our website, you can go to buttermessentials.com, or you can call us at 646-524-3351. And also you can come to Ambrosia, and Ambrosia also has our products in the store as well.
They carry your products over here.
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to put her number under this post after we finish the live, and her website, and we could go and order, because I told you, man, I took this to Grenada, man, it's amazing. So a lot of people are amazed at the hair when they use her products, and we're trying to get the sister products into the Caribbean countries, because as I said before, we need to support each other, man, you know what I mean, and love each other, because we deal with too much self-hatred. Don't forget I told you all that. So we're going to work on getting your products in the Caribbean, man.
Yes.
Especially in Grenada.
Yes.
And because they love it already, you know. Say, could I have this product? Could I have it? You call you from Grenada, right, brother?
Yes, sir.
Said to you, man, we got to get the products in Grenada because they're very wonderful.
Definitely.
So don't forget to contact the sister and support her, man. Because when you support her, you support a black business. And she's conscious of when she goes up, she could pull somebody else up at the same time. Don't forget that. We have to pull each other up, not pull each other down. All right? Okay? Right? Give me a little thing again. Give me the number again.
And the phone number is 646-524-3351, or you could go on our website, and it's buttermessentials.com. And we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, so we're going to put everything up on the post that to be done, okay? Right? Here we go now. Yeah?
And you also get 15% off on your first order if you order online.
Don't forget, you're getting 15% off on your first order online. Don't forget. Yeah, any other promotion?
Any other promotions that we have, basically we do have our product testers. So if you want to be a product tester for our company, we will send out like some little sample of our products, and you can test them out, and then you do a review, and then we'll offer another offer after that.
Wonderful. Blessed love, yeah?
Go on the website.
Well, you can test the
So you
products.
can go on the
website. So they could go on your website.
Yes, or you can go on Facebook. We have
Facebook.
it posted on our Facebook page, and you can. The poster has all the information on there how to be the product tester.
Okay. Don't forget. See that black is beautiful, Shante?
Beautiful.
Oh man, we are beautiful people, ain't it?
So beautiful.
Oh man, look at that. Look at me beautiful. Why do they want to wear them long hair or they wearing them all them Korean hair and white hair? Come on, man.
I see it.
Yeah, and they come in your neighborhood and say you all the hair that you all don't even have on you. You know what I'm saying? That's how creepy it is, man. And we still can't learn.
I'm messing up your head.
Yeah, yeah. And we generate how much? $1 trillion, $22 trillion every year. Black people does. You don't even know how powerful you are. If you stop shop, the whole economy dead. You know that too. You understand? You have power. You just don't know how much power you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So stay this way. Keep it real. I mean, blessed love. All right. Got it? Right. Sister, thank you very much for coming in. Blessed love, my brother.
Yes.
Let's go to the presentation now. And we're going to come back to the herbs. You got it organized for me? Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Now, we come into the presentation. And I want you all to listen very carefully because cancer is taking over the Caribbean countries. You understand? It is. All right? Boom. So we're talking about cancer prevention. We're not talking about go and get cancer and then go to a doctor or a herbalist. We are talking about prevention. So let's talk about cancer prevention. But first we want to go to the cells. You understand? Because we have trillion of cells in the body.
I don't want to be in that picture.
And the trillion of cells that we have, they provide structure for our body. That's what the cell does. Look at them over here. See, there's the good cells here. Right? That's a good cell. You have the cell membrane, and then you have the waste products. All right? And then you have to have the waste products moving out of the cell. If you don't have waste products removing or getting out of the cell, you're going to have some kind of problem with cancer long term. Especially if you have a genetic predisposition of getting cancer. All right? And then you have nutrients that can get into the cell. Because why? The body have trillion of cells which provide structure for our body. All right? The second phase is the cells do what? They take in nutrients from food and then they convert your nutrients into energy. That's what your cell does. Babylon system. When you're doing this thing, Babylon system must interrupt you. You know what I mean? So the cells, they take in nutrients from the food and convert the nutrients into energy. That's what they do. The third thing the cells do is they carry out special functions and they can make copies of themselves, meaning that they can duplicate themselves. All right? And that's how we're going to talk about the cancer cells will duplicate, or like a virus too. We're going to talk about those. So don't forget, you have trillion of cells. And don't forget, the cells don't last too long, 30 to 20 days and they're gone, they're dead. But you have to have the waste products or the feeding your cells nutrients and helping your cells to remove lots of waste product from the cells and keeping the cells in an alkaline terrain. Don't forget that. And that all depends on the foods that you eat. Bottom line, in order for you to prevent cancer, it depends on the foods that you eat and how you feed over here, Shante, how you feed your cells. That's the bottom line. You know, I have to be no big scientist to make you understand these basic principles because I'm talking for the lay person so that they could understand. All right? The basic function of cells. The basic function of our cells is to keep toxic substances out of the cells. That is the key. The key, I want to use the word toxic. The basic function of cells is to take in nutrients, promote energy, and keep toxic substances out of the cells. That is the purpose of the function of your cells. That's the key. And then, your cells also contain receptors, which is the transport system that allows special molecules like ions, nutrients, waste, and metabolic products and other activities to move out. They contain receptors. And don't forget, receptors receive messages. Don't forget that. And the purpose of your cells is to do what? Is to survive. And in order for your cells to survive, you have to feed them nutrients. And in order for you to feed them nutrients, you have to eat live foods. You can't be eating 3 meals per day of dead atoms, meaning that your food is cooked every day. If the food is cooked and there is no nutrient in the foods, you can never get energy from your cells, and your cells going to harm you long term because they're going to start keeping waste in the cells. And once they start to have waste products coming into the cells, you are more prone to getting cancer long term, especially if you have a genetic predisposition. All right? Now, how do we keep the cells healthy? By doing what? Eating the right foods, live foods. We're going to tell you what they are. Boom. How do good cells become cancerous. Now this is an unhealthy cell. See the behavior? Now this cell here is unhealthy. And why the cell become unhealthy? Because you put an acid diet in your body. And once your bloodstream become too acidic, the bloodstream being acidic will invite toxins into the bloodstream and into your cell. So this is an unhealthy cell and this is a healthy cell. So in order for you to keep this cell healthy, you have to eat food that have nutrients, and the foods have to be live. Don't forget. So how do good cells become cancerous? Because everybody come in and say, we have cancer cells. We all have cancer cells. Oh yeah, right. You have good cells that become cancerous or mutate or initiate into a cancer cell or an unhealthy cell. And if you don't have good immunity because you are deficient, the immune system is so deficient, when a healthy cell turns into an unhealthy cell, your immune system is so deficient that it cannot determine or identify that unhealthy cell, and that unhealthy cell will initiate into a cancer cell. They call it initiation in the medical system. And once the cell initiates, it progresses. And once it progresses, it's what we call metastasis, means it moves to different places. Alright? So how do good cells become cancerous? From an acid diet, the environment, from viruses, and from having an immune system that is deficient. And if you have what we call a genetic predisposition too. But these are the causes of your good cell becoming unhealthy. You're eating late at night. You're eating and go lay down and sleep. 3 meals per day, and all the foods you eat are acid foods. You change the composition of the pH in the body. And then you cause your cells to become unhealthy because you are feeding them dead atoms. So there's no nutrient in the cells, and the cells are very toxic. So you don't only come down with cancer, but you also come down with autoimmune diseases like lupus, multiple sclerosis, scleroderma, muscular dystrophy. All these autoimmune diseases because now your immune system is overactive because your cells are bathed in acid. Bottom line. So, how do good cells become acidic or cancerous? Acid diet, the environment, viruses, and immune deficiency, because 80% of cancer is coming from the immune system. So cancer is an immune disease. And 80% of cancer is coming from your diet. Let them big PhD boy know that too. And 20% of the cancers come from the environment. 80% of the cancers come from what? Come from what? From the immune system. And 20% of the cancers come from the environment. And 80% of cancers is from what? From bad diet. That's a fact. Let them know that. Alright? So the environment is 20% of the contributor to cancer. But 80% of the cancers is coming from your food that you eat on a regular basis. Because the food you eat is so denatured and so processed, you know what I mean, with all these MSGs and all these toxins and chemicals, that they affect the immune system. And then they're also dead. So you're not feeding your immune system nothing. So when a cancer cell or when a good cell become unhealthy, the immune system can't pick it up because he done dead already, because he's deficient. Bottom line,
common sense, man. All right, so we're going to show you what herbs you can use to clean the body and keep the immune system well so that you don't get cancer. Because I'm talking about cancer prevention. All right? Now let's talk about creating a hostile environment. Let's talk about creating a hostile environment in your body so that cancer can't come in. All right? Let's look at the rainbow diet. You look at the rainbow, Shante?
Yes.
Red, green, and gold, right?
Oh, yes.
The rainbow diet, right? With different colors in it. All right.
Beautiful.
So, the Most High, God, in the beginning, gave us a rainbow diet. But we feel we know more than Him. Some of us say He don't even exist. So, we feel we know more than Him. So, we take it upon ourselves and change the way that the Most High God gave us in the beginning to eat the food, because He gave us a rainbow diet. He said, green, leafy things shall be for your meat, because chicken is not meat, you know. Chicken is flesh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
These are meat. Green leafy things are meat. I mean, so that is what He gave us in the beginning. He knew what this diet was all about and how this diet was going to keep us well. Nuts and seeds and grains, legumes, fruits and vegetables. So the first creation of a hostile environment to cancer is to eat a rainbow diet. But how many people eating a rainbow diet today? They go to the average restaurant, they ask for oxtail, pork chops, stew fish, stew chicken, with no vegetables. Only a set of flesh and fries and grease. And in that way, you feed yourself nothing. So you must get cancer. You understand? The second is a high potassium, low sodium diet. Don't forget, a high potassium, low sodium diet creates a hostile environment to cancers in the body. A high nutrient, low junk food diet, or no junk food at all. But if you like your junk, make sure that you have a high nutrient diet to feed your cells properly and keep your low junk food at a minimum. Not even 2%. Good fats, not bad fats. And too much good fats are not good for you either. Especially if when you're getting older. So the good fats are good, but too much of the good fats is no good either. So you have to have a good fats, and not the bad fats. So move the vegetable oil out of your house. Move the canola oil out of your house. Move the corn oil out of your house. Move them out. And start to implement your grapeseed oil and your coconut oil. You know what I mean? Your avocado oil. They're the good fats. And even too much of them is not good for you either. One handful of nuts is good for you every day. Keeping the pH in balance at a number of 7.4, 7.45. And that way you're going to create a hostile environment to cancers. The thymus and the bone marrow, you have to keep them healthy too. And the low sugar diet, because cancer loves sugars now, especially if the sugar is refined. And getting rid of waste regularly. That's the key. The key right here is to eat foods that will make you get rid of waste regularly. Don't have waste backing up in the body, in the bloodstream. Because once the waste backs up into the blood is your life. Because the Most High told us that too. He said the blood is your life. Once the waste backs up into the blood will become contaminated with acid and toxins, and your cells will become sick, and your cells will become unhealthy. They will become an unhealthy cell. Because if you eat foods and you don't move the bowels on a regular basis and get rid of waste on a regular basis, acid will take over, you have viruses will take over, and you will have a weak immune system. That's the key. So in order for you to create a hostile environment to cancers, you have to eat a rainbow diet. You have to have a high potassium, low sodium diet. You have to have a high nutrient, low junk food diet. You have to eat the good fat, not the bad fats. You have to keep the pH in balance, 7.4, 7.45. And you have to have the thymus and the bone marrow healthy. And you have to get rid of waste on a regular basis. And you have to eat a low sugar diet. A low sugar diet. The bone marrow. Thymus gland. The bone marrow and the thymus gland. Now you see him right here? He is found right under your neck. And in order for you to prevent cancer, you have to keep this guy healthy. He's the main guy. Him and him. Now we have children who is coming down with leukemia and Hodgkin lymphoma. Now the bone marrow, the yellow marrow they call it in the medical system, is very significant. You see them here? Spongy bone. You see them here? Yeah? Compact bone. The bone marrow. The blood vessels. Huh? And I want you to look at the bone marrow very, very, very well now. Now, you see the blood vessels here? Now the bone marrow is where all them cells come from. And these cells come out as baby cells. And usually, if the baby cells are not being nourished, we're going to tell you why, or what you can use to nourish these cells now. These cells will become sick cells, and they will not be mature enough, and they will cause the child or the adult to get leukemia. And if the cells are not carried into the blood vessels to go where? To go right over here, Shanti, into the thymus gland, you start getting blood cancers and Hodgkin lymphoma and other cancers of the lymphatic system and the blood and the cells, because these cells are sick, coming from the bone marrow. So what the doctor do, he give you a bone marrow transplant, because he gonna look for a match from your mother, your father, your daughter, your brother, your sisters, and he look for a match. But even though you have the bone marrow, to get the bone marrow transplant, your cancer can still come back, because there are people now who had a bone marrow transplant and the cancer came back. Leukemia, that is. Now, in order for you to prevent leukemia, it is what we call an environmental cancer. You have to do what? Do not eat hot dogs. Do not eat corned beef. Do not eat smoked herring. Do not eat tripe. What you call that thing in the Caribbean? They call it tripe. Pudding. Blood pudding. Do not eat any food that is a smoked food, because there is research proving that women who ate 5 hot dogs per week, offspring came down with leukemia. There is studies that men who eat 4 to 5 hot dogs per week, offspring came down with leukemia. These are foods that are bad for your children. And that is the reason why America have so much children that have leukemia and childhood cancers, because of the environment that they're living in and the foods that is smoked and causing the bone marrow to malfunction. Let them big PhD boy do that too. The thymus gland. This gland is right under your neck, and it is the master gland of the immune system. And we're going to teach you how to keep him healthy. Now this gland, when a child is born, it is big. When a child is an adolescent, meaning a child between the age of 12 and 18, that gland becomes even bigger. But as we age, and once we pass the age of 30, this gland starts shrinking. But while it is shrinking, it do not lose its capacity to keep us well. But if you are deficient in certain minerals and vitamin, this gland will shrink prematurely, and then you are more prone to getting cancer. I wanted to do that too. Let them do that. That's it. So we're going to talk about the thymus gland and what you can use, herbs you can use, and we're going to talk about the bone marrow. Let's go over here now, Shanti. Wow, boy. Trisha, Trisha. Yeah. All right. Now, let's come to him. Come over here, Shanti. Vitamin C, zinc, B6. Come over here, Shanti. They are found in the bone marrow. Vitamin C, B6, and zinc is found in the bone marrow. If there is no zinc, or if you are deficient in zinc, the thymus gland shrinks prematurely and you get cancer faster. If there is no zinc in the body of the man, you get trouble in the prostate gland too. But 50 milligrams of zinc per day is important for the thymus gland, and 300 milligrams of B6 per day is important for the thymus gland, and 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams of buffered vitamin C per day. Buffered vitamin C means it stays 7.0 in solution with calcium and magnesium, is important for the thymus gland to stay healthy. Ambrosia, I have them now. Let's go over here, Santa. See them here? Vitamin C, zinc, and the B6 vitamin is very significant in order to prevent your thymus gland from shrinking prematurely. Because once he shrinks prematurely, he can never ever make thymosin, which in turn creates your T lymphocytes, which in turn do what? Fight and kill cancer cells, viruses, fungi, parasites, and yeast. So when you have a yeast infection as a woman, or when you have parasites, or when you have cancer, and when you have viruses, and you don't have good thymus function, you can't fix nothing. Lots of vitamin C. Right? Come over here. B12. Don't forget I told you about B12. B12 is important for the bone marrow. Why B12 is important for the bone marrow? Because when the bone marrow releases the baby cells, it's like you are sending your children into a daycare center. What is the reason why we send our children into daycare? In order for the nannies in the daycare center to take care of our children, to nourish them, feed them, and then when they get to be 3 or 4 or 5 years of age, we put them into kindergarten. That is the purpose of we parents sending our children into daycare, so that they can be taken care of by the nanny. So the B12 vitamin act as a nanny to the bone marrow. So once the cells come out of the bone marrow, and they are baby cells, the B cell act as your nanny, and he nourishes these cells, and he take care of them like your nanny take care of your baby. You understand? And once the cells become matured enough from being taken care of by the B12 in the bone marrow, then the cell become nurtured, and they go on into the blood vessels, and they move into your bloodstream to protect you from harm and from cancer and from viruses. But if you have the bone marrow not functioning well, and all the cells that is coming from the bone marrow is sick cells, and there is not enough B12 to nourish these cells, your children are more prone to getting leukemia, and you are more prone to getting cancer long term, especially if you're eating a dead autumn diet. Dead foods, we call it. Let's go over here, son.
I teach the truth. I teach the truth. I want you to come and doubt what I'm saying. Do the research. God give me wisdom. Now, let's look at some herbs that we can use to prevent tumors from forming in our body. And I always tell people that I put programs together for us to follow. And the program that I put you to follow is what I do on a regular basis with my family. You understand? And they work for me and my family and other people around. And I'm saying I'm going to spread the word so that you don't get cancer. So let's look at some herbs we're going to use so that you can prevent cancer from forming in your body. And if there is a tumor in your body, you can shrink them. Because the surgeon man can remove your tumor, but he can't prevent your tumor from coming back. Because he do not tell you or teach you how to eat. So he's a great man. He should be respected. The surgeon is the surgeon man, that is. But he don't, or he cannot teach you how to prevent your tumor from coming back. So we have a few patients who have tumors in their brain, and they came back because they removed them surgically. But now we taught them how to eat and how to keep the bloodstream clean, and now the tumors are not coming back because we taught them. Brother, if you're there, holler at me, man, from Canada. First herb. You see this herb right here called St. John's wort? Huh. A lot of people think this herb is only for depression. But this herb have antiviral properties. It's good for herpes. It's good for AIDS, HIV, human papilloma virus. It's good for HTLV, human T-cell lymphoma virus, hepatitis. But if you don't have them, it can help to keep the immune system well so that viruses can't come in. Next one is called, come over here, papaya leaves. From the papaya. When the chikungunya take place in the Caribbean, we use a lot of papaya leaf because it's antiviral to get rid of the chikungunya. Guillain-Barré syndrome virus, HTLV virus, human papilloma virus. These herbs should be used together. Antiviral, we call them. Because we know for a fact that viruses also cause cancers. Human T-cell lymphoma virus called lymphoma. It causes lymphoma, it causes cancer in the lymphatic system. And we know that HIV also causes cancer. We also know that hepatitis B and C cause cancer of the liver. We also know that HPV, the human papilloma virus, cause cancer of the cervix. So we know for a fact that viruses do cause cancer. So we have to use antiviral plants to help to not only keep the immune system healthy, but also help the immune system to kill these viruses once they enter. Forget that. We go to the next one. And we're going to mix them together. It's called wormwood. The scriptures talk about wormwood in Revelation. In Revelation it says, when John tasted the wormwood, it was bitter in his mouth. Because it is a bitter. And we know for a fact that parasites or worms or flukes can cause cancer. We know for a fact that the wrong worm causes cancer of the brain. The wrong worm, ROUNDWORM, causes brain tumors. The wrong worm causes that. So we have to use the wormwood and the black walnut together, and they will kill any parasite, any fluke in the body. They can kill wrongworm, hookworm, pinworm, threadworm, chanterworm, Patrick worm, Trisha worm, all kind of worm. They might kill them off. Don't forget that. Right? And then we come to the sage. This is a herb that shrinks a man's prostate gland, but it also dries up woman's breast milk when you're weaning your baby. It also works on your lungs. It shrinks tumors in your lung. You understand?
And it also prevents sweating. People who sweat too much could use sage. But sage also kills parasites. And it shrinks tumors. It shrinks things from the body. Alright? So we could use these herbs together. Don't forget them. Calendula or marigold. This plant have lots of lutein that is found in the retina of the eyes. This herb right here. But it is also antifungal. So once you are going to fix cancer, you must get rid of funguses, yeast, and parasites from your body. Because you can never fix no cancer having funguses, yeast, and parasites lingering in the body. You can't. So you must go to these herbs to not only prevent these conditions, but to also get rid of these tumors, these viruses, and the yeast, and the fungi, and the parasites that invade in your body. Red clover. Red clover have anti-tumor activity. It shrinks tumors. It shrinks fibroids. It shrinks ovarian cysts. But it is a herb that works on the lymphatic system, which is also part of the immune system. Right, Ashanti?
Yes.
Wonderful. And if you have troubles in the bone marrow and you have troubles in the thymus gland, it is a possibility that you're going to have troubles in the spleen and in the lymphatic system because they are all part of the immune system. So red clover helps to shrink tumors, but it is also good for when you have cancer of the skin, eczema, psoriasis, but when you have melanoma cancer. It is a wonderful herb to use because it shrinks things, but it also works on the lymphatic system. It works on the lung, and it also shrinks tumors. So what is this one? Pork root. When a woman has cancer of the breast, she must use pork root powder with myrrh powder, with frankincense powder, and with myrrh and frankincense oil together with the pork root powder. And if the tumor is in the woman's breast, she can use these herbs together as a paste. And what they do is when it become like that right here, they will move the tumor out. They will put a hole in the woman's breast and the tumor will drop out. Let them know that. That's a fact. Pork root powder with frankincense powder and myrrh powder with frankincense oil and myrrh oil. And you make a paste into that if the tumor is not too big. And you rub that on your breast every day for about a month. And all of a sudden you're going to see your breast start to have a hole and the tumor going to pop out in your breast. And then all of a sudden your body going to heal itself because the hole going to heal back up. You know what I mean? Once you have good immunity. But pork root also works on the lymphatic system. Red root. Another herb again that works on the lymphatic system by helping the lymphatic system to drain because it's vessels and fluids. Because lots of women who have breast cancer and remove 22 of their nodes, they get lymphedema because now the vessels and fluids is not flowing properly. So you get lymphedema. Once you have lymphedema, which is swelling of your arm, you are more prone to get an infection. So the boss man give you antibiotics. After you have cancer, you get cancer in your breast. And then you take out all your nodes. You have no protection now. And you still die from cancer in 5 years. So you have to prevent cancer from getting into your breast. But these are herbs we use to drain the lymphatic system. So if the cancer is in your breast, we can keep the cancer in the breast by strengthening the lymphatic system, causing the cancer not to move there, and protecting the nodes while you kill the cancer in your breast. They don't teach you that though. But you're all going to use herbs too late because you all run to the man first. Take off your breast. Run to him. Take off your breast, he give you all chemotherapy for 5 years and then put you on tamoxifen, which don't do nothing for you. You know what I mean? Which called uterine cancer. And then what happens to you long term? Your cancer come back because he only treats you. He don't fix your troubles. Sheep sorrel. Look at the name of the herb. Sheep sorrel. All these are herbs that is good for cancer treatment. Periwinkle is one of the herbs they use to make a drug called cisplatin and give you in the medical system. Same herb they say ain't no good for us. They go and take the same herb called periwinkle and make a drug called cisplatin and come and tell you and I, don't use no herb because herbs are no good. But the same herb they take and make cisplatin and give you as a chemotherapeutic drug for cancer, especially breast cancer. And then they use another herb called YEW. And they take the same YEW and they make another drug called Taxol from a herb called U, which is good for cancer. And when they make the Taxol suppresses. Come over here, man. Oh Lord, they're gone already. The cancer, the Taxol suppresses your bone marrow. So if they take a herb and make a drug, and that drug from that herb is made in a lab, it starts to suppress what? Come over here, son. It starts to suppress right over here. Taxol does that. And Taxol comes from a herb called U. So when they give you Taxol suppresses the bone marrow. Once your bone marrow is suppressed, how the hell you going to make your good cells? How the hell your cells going to come from your bone marrow to go into the blood vessels, to go into your thymus gland to keep you healthy? But the same herb called U do not suppress your bone marrow. It helps the body to kill cancer cells. Go over here, son. You go match them up. Come to Ambrosia, don't forget all you how to get your home to Ambrosia. So sheep sorrel, red root, poke root, red clover, calendula, sage, black walnut, wormwood, papaya leaves, St. John's wort, white pond lily. White pond lily is there in case a woman have troubles in the uterus and she have a growth in her uterus when it comes to uterine cancer. If you don't have uterine cancer, take it out. And burdock root, them together right here. We're going to mark them down for you. You put them together as a tea, and you don't eat no fried food and no greasy food and no dead atoms. And in 1 month, you're supposed to clean parasites, viruses, bacteria, fungi, yeast, and cancer cells. Eating them food here and orange peel. See me? Orange peel. Orange peel is a cooling bitter. Cooling bitter means that it drop acid in the stomach. So orange peel, when it's dry like this, is a cooling bitter. But orange peel also have anti-tumor activity. It shrink tumors. Don't forget I told you all that. All right? Now, so all these are prevention. Your vitamin C, your zinc, and your B6 is for the thymus gland. Over here. And if you have cancer and you want to take your chemotherapy, which a lot of people do because they're scared, they run and take the chemo, which is a killer, and in no way you're going to fix a toxic disease with a toxic drug. Can't happen. If you're taking your chemo, you have to know what chemo you're taking, and then we can use natural stuff to counteract what the chemo is doing that's negative. So, NAC is important if you're taking chemotherapy and you want to prevent the side effects of the chemo. So the NAC and the glutathione together, which is produced by your liver, because usually the chemotherapy depletes glutathione. And once you are taking your chemo, if you want to take that, that's your choice, you should implement NAC and glutathione into your diet, and they will prevent the chemo from killing your good cells, and the chemo will kill your bad cells while your good cells stay healthy. All right? And if you want to prevent your bone marrow from becoming damaged and you're taking Taxol, make sure that you use the B12 vitamin. Educate all the doctors because they're ignorant. A lot of them. They know nothing about nutrition. You know what I mean? B100, Donqui, Podiaco, shrink tumors too. Shrink tumors, and it's also good for yeast infections. And all these you can implement into the diet with what? You see what you see down here, Shanta, what you see here?
7 precious mushrooms.
And what is in the bottom there?
Balance immune function.
Balance immune function, especially not making it overactive, especially if people have autoimmune diseases like lupus, scleroderma, muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis, multiple sclerosis. This balances back the immune reservoir. It don't suppress it like the steroid do. It balances it back. So if you have an autoimmune disease, you must have that. You must take mushrooms. But if you have cancer, or if you want to prevent cancer, implement them into your diet, especially chaga, C-H-A-G-A. Right? If you have stress and you don't want to get cancer, because stress is one of the main components of that diseases now. See what I mean? Calm your nerves. Get rid of your tension. And this here is called the Hoxsey formula. Remember Dr. Hoxsey? Who they run from America and he had to run to Mexico because he was fixing cancer? What it says there, Shanti?
Promotes lymphatic,
Uh-huh.
liver,
Uh-huh.
bowel,
Uh-huh.
and kidney function.
Promotes lymphatic, bowel, kidney, and liver function. These are the main part of the body you have to keep clean in order for you to prevent these diseases like cancer. Right, brother?
Yes.
You see the boy right there? See me?
Tell them we make the blend for them.
Ginger is the key component in preventing cancer. Him and him, both of them. See what I mean? Because inflammation can cause cancer too. But this guy is your natural radiation. That's why God put him on the earth. That's guys. Yeah. And if you want to prevent the cancer and prevent the viruses from coming into your system, this is the blend you have to use. Call Ambrosia 718-469-0985 and ask for Ashanti, ask for Trisha, and then they will make the blend for you. And you tell them that Patrick does ask you to get a blend, and you take that blend and stay away from fries, grease, oxtail, pork, greasy foods, and eat some light foods. And don't forget again, every morning you get up, everybody should have a juicer and a blender in their house. Every morning you get up, you should try to drink a phytonutrient drink. Phytonutrient, and that's where you are going to prevent or create a hostile environment to cancer in your body. A phytonutrient drink means plant source. You're using all the greens, the phytonutrients. So they go into the body and they feed your cells. And then in turn your cells get nutrients, and then the cells could now create energy and remove the amount of waste from the cell, and then increase your electron transport system. Anybody know what the electron transport system is? What is the electron transport system? What is an electron? Molecules. What do they do? How do they transport yourself? How do they get lost? In the process. And when they get lost, what happens to you? You know what I mean? So you have to use the phytonutrient drink to help the cells and to help the electron transport system to transport your cells and prevent the free radicals from stealing your electron, causing them to be impaired and then causing you to get cancer long term. And in order to prevent that, you have to go to them things here, man. Over here, son. Shoot them over here. Them herbs. Clean your system out regularly. With them herbs here, blend them up and take them on a regular basis.
And then after a month or two, you stop. And after another 2 months again, you come back and you take them again. Don't let nothing pile up in your body. And then you will create a hostile environment to cancer. Yeah, the people, they bro.
They want to know when, how long you're going to be at Ambrosia, and when people want to come to see you.
Ambrosia, when I was to leave Thursday, you couldn't come to see what my brethren who have cancer. And let me tell you all something. The brethren who have cancer, it's amazing that the doctors now saying to him, they have to hold off on the surgery because his tumor is shrinking. Dig that. Dig it. His tumor is shrinking. They hold off on the surgery. Till Monday? No, man, Monday I'm going to Miami. Yeah, I'm here till Sunday. Monday.
Where?
Ambrosia Health Foods, everywhere I ain't going no place.
3306
Church Avenue. Between New York Avenue and 34th Street, and call Trisha, make an appointment. 718-469-0985. Ask for Trisha. You know what I mean? And you know something? 98% of the people who came to Ambrosia for help, and we put them on a program, what they say, Shanti?
Good results,
They're
excellent.
good results, they're feeling better. Because we changed the way they eat. We taught them how to eat the food. And how to create this hostile environment, not only cancers. You know what I mean? So, we're not going to say to you, get cancer and come by Ambrosia. We say to you, no, come by Ambrosia and buy the herbs. And then put yourself on a program for 2 to 3 months. And then after a month again, you take yourself off and then come back again and pile up again. So don't let nothing pile up in your body. That's what we're telling you all.
Prevention.
Prevention. Because Grenada full of cancer. Trinidad even more full of cancer. You know what I mean? St. Vincent and St. Lucia, they're full of it too. So how come we in the Caribbean, who grew up on ground foods, coming in with all these diseases? How come, man? Something is wrong. Because the average supermarket in the Caribbean is full of what? Canned foods, TV dinners. White this, white rice, white salt, white sugar, white bread, white flour, everything white. Because we have this color, white is good. Hey, all is good, man. You know what I mean? So we incorporate another man's diet. So if you incorporate another man's diet, you're going to get another man's disease. And that is the reason why we have to pay or give respect to Dr. Sebi. Because he's the one that come and said to us, listen, you ain't eating them food in Africa. So how come you getting cancer when you come over here from Africa? Because you incorporate his diet. You know what I'm saying? So we eating all the yams, all the starch foods, and we come down with diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, autoimmune diseases. Why? Because we are not feeding the cells. We are feeding the cells dead autumn. You go down the store, the restaurant in the night and they're full of people. The restaurant pack of people when you all supposed to be sleeping with all your belly empty, with no food. You all have food in all your belly in the night time. And then how your cells, common sense, how your cells is going to feed or treat you well when you bombarding him in the night time with foods sitting in the earth system. He can't. You have food sitting in your belly in the night time. And you want to stay well. So you can't afford to go sleep when the body's supposed to be healing and repairing itself with food sitting in your stomach. It ain't going to happen. And that is what you have to learn. You have to learn to eat at a certain time and rest the body at a certain time and do like the dogs do. Do like the dogs do. When the dog's sick, what he does, Shanti? When a dog is sick, what the dog do? When a dog becomes sick, Shanti, what do the dog do? The dog don't eat no food. The dog fast. And he eat grass, herbs, and he vomits. Anybody in the Caribbean will tell you that. Them dog on the streets. Not them dog that go by them vets and them. Them is commercial dogs. But the average dog who know about nature, when he gets sick, he don't eat no food, he fast. And he eat grass. He look for a herb, and he eat the herb. And after he eat that herb, he vomits. After he vomits and he feel better, he go back and eat again. But you want to be sick and still eat. You can't be sick and eating. You have to rest your organs. And when you rest your organ, you feed the blood. And when your organs is rested, then you can give them these herbs over here. And then these herbs will do the job they're supposed to do for your system. And you will get well. Bless and love, Shanti.
Love, love.
Don't forget, don't forget, love. Yeah, don't forget to call Trisha because I'm here till Monday and we're going to Miami. And we're going to be in Miami for 2 days. And we have, I think it's Howard. We're going to give you a number under the post that you could call Howard. And Howard's going to come and get me. We're going to spend 2 days with Howard in Miami. And we have a few people to see over there. All right? So we're going to give you the number tomorrow. But call for 718-469-0985. 718-469-0985. Ask for Trisha because I'm only here till Monday and I'm back on the Iron Bird. Yes, sir. No. 718. They say I was talk too fast, eh? So I'm going slow. 718-469-0985. Come here, brother. Come here, sister. We gotta be dealing with love in the black community. Don't forget I told you all that. And I'm real. Because I love my people from inside here. I don't love them here. Thank you for coming, brother.
Yes, man.
And don't forget, sister, thank you for coming. And we're going to promote our businesses as much as we can. You know what I mean?
That's essential.
We don't have to be conscious, bro.
Yes.
You have to be conscious. And look out for the other brother
Yes.
who is trying to pick up himself and pick him up too. And then we're going to be a strong people. Because we are. We're going to become stronger. All right? Blessed love. Thank you for coming.
Yes,
Yeah?
Buttermeat Essential, 646-524-3351. And that's BUTTERMESS.
You're too far, man. Yeah, I think it's that virgin. Come close to the camera, man. Support the black businesses, man. Well, you got it? Wonderful.
And remember, 15% off to your first time buying
Yes.
online.
And don't forget about your gingers and your turmerics. And stop buying them food in the night time and gonna sleep with food in your belly. If you have cancer, you'll never get well eating food at night. You can't fix cancer that way. And don't believe chemo is your best choice. Because chemo is only treat you, it don't fix you. You know what I mean? Don't forget that. Bless and love. And don't forget to call Trisha. 718-469-0985. You know what I mean? Alright? Don't forget that. Bless and love. Thanks. Show the love.
Support black business.
And push the love button for Ambrosia Health Foods. That's right. We love you. Alright.